Ferrari is a fashionably late arrival to the super SUV party. But what an entrance! The Purosangue SUV is designed and engineered to be a Ferrari first, with a truly beautiful, broad-shouldered look and a wide, low stance. Rear doors and a livable back seat are there to satisfy buyers' desire for a Ferrari family car, but nothing distracts from the Purosangue's true purpose: to excite. With its 715 horsepower naturally aspirated V-12, a modified all-wheel drive system, and a new active suspension that virtually eliminates body roll, the Purosangue is even more special than its high-dollar rivals from the supersports car brands. These include but there are some quirks, such as a steering wheel packed with controls and the lack of a central touchscreen for controlling vehicle functions, replaced by a complicated, incomprehensible haptic system. But we hope buyers will overlook these issues and the $400,000 plus price tag and appreciate this low-slung four-door for what it is: a beautiful Ferrari that seats four. With the Ferrari FFs and a novel active suspension that almost eradicates body roll, the Purosangue is even more special than its high-dollar competitors from the supersports car brands. Those include the Lamborghini Urus, the Porsche Cayenne Turbo, and the Aston Martin DBX. There are some quirks, however, including a steering wheel overloaded with controls and the lack of a center touchscreen to manage vehicle functions. A fussy, inscrutable haptic system takes its place, but we expect buyers will look past those issues and the $400K plus price tag and appreciate this low-slung four-door for what it is: a beautiful Ferrari that happens to have 4 seats. The Purosangue comes standard with a number of luxury and performance features, but the Ferrari does have some options that buyers may want to consider. The massaging front seats might be a welcome sight after a long drive along the Monte Carlo coast, and sun-seekers might be tempted by the available electrochromic glass roof. For purists who might sneer at an SUV sporting the famous galloping horse emblem, the Purosangue has a naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V-12 engine lurking under the hood. Nothing says Ferrari more than a screaming 12-cylinder engine, which makes 715 horsepower and 528 pound-feet of torque, and even sports the brand's signature red-painted valve colors. We came away from our first test drive impressed with the Purosangue's handling and performance, dispelling any remaining doubts that Ferrari's first SUV would be a dud. An adaptive suspension system is standard, and it uses an electric motor at each corner of the SUV to apply force to the shock absorbers to suppress body roll during cornering maneuvers. As such, the Purosangue doesn't need traditional roll bars, and it can also lower the ride height by 0.4 inches when driven hard. In full conversation, the Purosangue does its best imitation of its sports car siblings. The only current Ferrari to offer legitimate space for 4 drivers, the Purosangue is equipped with a set of sleek rear-hinged coach-style rear doors that are said to make access to the rear seat easier while maintaining a 2-door appearance. The front and rear seats are separate buckets, meaning there's no bench in the back for an occasional 5th passenger, and both rows feature a center console. Of course, the interior is wrapped in Ferrari-quality materials. To say the cockpit is driver-focused would be an understatement, as most of the car's controls are operated via the steering wheel. The big surprise in this age of tablet-style center-stack displays is the lack of a center-mounted infotainment touchscreen. The glass roof is optional, but if seeing the sun while driving isn't important to you, sticking with the standard carbon fiber roof panel will save some weight. There's no center-mounted infotainment screen, but there's a 10.2-inch digital instrument cluster and a separate 10.2-inch screen for the front passenger. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are both standard, but there's no in-dash navigation system. Ferrari assumes most people will just use their phones for that function.